Hi, y'all. Easy Slider here. Was a long-distance relationship and marriage in the Philippines a mistake? Would I do it again? Well, this is a question that everybody thinking about a long-distance relationship with a Filipino would sure like the answer to ahead of time. Don't you think so? If I could do it over again, would I? Now, listen now, you need to hear me out all the way through on this where you don't make a mistake, okay? Stick with me, and we're going to get into it, and we're going to reveal the real truth. I think before we answer the question, we need to get into, what led us to this point in the first place. How did we end up here? Well, the first thing I'd say is, are things the same as when I first met my long-distance relationship partner? Well, no, not at all. Not at all. We need to understand what leads a man to want to uproot his whole life and do something so radical. In most cases, it's probably going to be something like a failed relationship or a failed marriage or maybe several failed ones, all right? Despair sets in. The man begins to feel like there just has to be something better in life, Have you ever felt that way? A lot of people have. He starts to wonder what's out there in this big world, so he just goes to the internet and he gets a shock. That's what he gets. He quickly learns the world has been flying past him while he's been sitting there with his head stuck up in this failing relationship. Women from all over the world popping up on his screen, Would you dare take a chance to talk to one of them? If you think about it, surely these beautiful women wouldn't even be interested in him. But to his surprise, they are. He was wrong. Now, he has some choices to make about his life. Is it possible to even talk to them? And if he tried, what would happen? So many questions start to come into our mind, like, can they speak my language? What age men do they like? How far is it to that country? What would dating a foreign woman cost? What's their culture like? On and on and on. The questions just keep rolling in. Well, all of a sudden, we become immersed in the very thought of such a thing and just plain forget about our failed relationship. It just kind of seems to vanish. We've got our mind on this now. It could be something new because we're pretty sure that all women are not the same as the ones like I used to have. So something could happen. At this point in our life, we don't fully think about everything because we don't even understand what it would take to make something like this happen. Oh, wow. We forget to question, is this really a good idea? We just forget. We don't even think about it. But we need to. As reality starts to slightly set in, we begin to think it might be worth a try. Uh-oh. We start to learn about different countries and the different cultures and the different languages. We read about other men that decided to give it a try, and we listen to their stories. Many of them tell us, this is an exciting new life, and it's a life full of second chances. That's different. For me, this is where the Philippines first came into the picture. The videos, the reading the stories, the beauty, and of course, a second chance for love. That's what's high on my list. At this point, the men are like little children reaching out for a piece of candy that some stranger standing on a foreign shore is holding out for us to see. In actuality, most of us are already following the Pied Piper. He leads us through the streets filled with excitement and beautiful women. It's new, it's thrilling, places are filled with adventure, and surely a place only existing in a fairy tale. But he plays his flute, and we follow. Not long do we find ourselves talking to a beautiful stranger, and we're soaking in all the sounds and the sights, and we're hearing everything and seeing everything. And I think it's at this point you realize, I'm on a jet plane. I'm headed to the Philippines. All right, think now. Have you made a mistake? Come on. Oh no, what are we doing? But oh my God, it feels so right. Let's do it. One thing leads to another, and then we soon find ourselves on this plane. We're headed there, and then we're landing in a new city that's just filled with new things, and we are lost as a goose. You heard me. Just flying to Manila airport, and you're going to see that. Luckily, we meet our new lady at the airport, and all quickly becomes better than we expected. The Pied Piper's leading us through a glimpse of an exciting new place, unlike any place we've ever been. Stress is gone. We feel joy and happiness in everything that we see and do. Can you see how we're drawn into this new life a short step at a time? We did see everything, or even feel the entire reality of what was happening to us. We didn't. We thought we did, but we didn't. We were captivated by the Philippines and the charming beauties on every street corner, I'm telling you. Welcome to the Pearl of the Orient with its charms and seductive women. Welcome to a different way of life that has a way of consuming you and guiding your emotions. So, okay, what's wrong with all of that? Well, I guess we could say we haven't been thinking straight because of all the excitement and the beauty just distracts you. All right? Had you thought about the fact that communication might be difficult? What about the difference in lifestyle? Did you notice that everything was different? Maybe the streets are not quite so well paved, or the sidewalks are more like climbing over rocks and down hills. Trust me on that one. What about how slow everything was getting done? I know that caught your attention. Or the super long lines. Did you notice by chance how your girlfriend was so different from all the women at home? I bet you did. What about her family? How she always wants to be around them and do things with them. Wow. So, if you marry her and you take her back home, everyone's going to look at you like you're crazy. Even you don't see the problem she's 25 years younger than you are. What's the problem with that? All right. What about when she wants you to gather the firewood where she can cook your meals? Wait a minute, that's different. And how does a washing machine work? What? You're kidding me, right? Where's your clothesline, and why do you have a refrigerator? Why don't you just go to the market and every day and get it fresh? Okay, are you starting to see my point? You have missed everything. Simply because you followed that Pied Piper right off the end of reality into a fairy tale. Well, to enjoy all this, you need to be ready to adapt and learn to relax. And when I say adapt, I mean adapt. You need to learn to be able to enjoy a woman that thinks you're the best thing since sliced bread. You need to slow down. Slow down. Don't get upset about those long lines, okay? And you need to realize, hear me on this, you need to realize family is a big deal. I'm telling you. The day you heard the first note of the Pied Piper, your life was about to change, brother. And it was going to change in a big way. Well, the question I asked was it a mistake? And would I do it again knowing what I know now? It's been 19 years for me now. And there is no freaking way I'd ever go back to what it was before. The only mistake was I didn't do it a lot sooner. Now, I realize this way of life is not for everybody. But if you're tired of the way it is now, and you have a passion for adventure, then you're wasting time. If I could go back, I would have done it a lot sooner. I've learned of a country and a people where I find peace and tranquility, and my life is just plain happier. It was not a mistake for me, and for a lot of you it won't be a mistake either. The biggest mistake is just putting it off. Find a way. Do it. Give it a chance. So all you have to do is give it a try. Now, I hope this kind of gives you a little information. Keep sticking with me. From time to time we're releasing more videos on things that's going to help you. And they're going to give you some guidance and tell you what you need to do to find a way of life that's different and it's exciting. Having more fun now than I ever had in my life. So, just slide on over with Easy Slider. And let's keep going, brother. See you later.